you pass the mic, if you will allow me, I
Yes.
would like to go back to reason number 4 why Ruto must go, and that is violation of the Constitution. In 23 very short months, William Ruto has violated our Constitution over 36 times. We have a petition at the High Court, that's petition number E356 of 2024, that has put together evidence which will show all these instances when William Ruto has violated our constitution. So, as we proceed with this conversation, the question is, shall we allow someone that has violated our constitution that many times continue to govern us? You think about that even as we take our next speaker. Carry on, Sefu.
Thank you, Mutiora Kariara, for that. And even before I call on our next speaker, who is Professor Ogola, and he will be clarifying a few things. He's an economist. I would just like to remind us that we are on the
Sefu,
street on the 27th. Yes?
Sefu, kindly, can I go next? Because my network is not.
Okay, let me just finish. We are on the street on the 27th of August, where, yes,
The best, and I might
we are on the street
disconnect
on the
at
27th
any
of
moment.
August. Kindly join us on the streets as we will be calling for better governance for our country and for Ruto must go now with these reasons. Also, comrades, tomorrow from 8 p.m. we will also be having another X space where we will be discussing our Katiba and why Ruto must go and why we should be going to the streets on the 27th and why we should consolidate our power. So kindly remember those dates and remember to keep it locked, even as I call on Professor Ogola. Kindly take 2 minutes, Prof. Then we'll have our next speaker.
Thank you very much, Seifu. Mine is not a speech, but it's more of a clarification. KOT Sonko talked about the fact that Ruto has created jobs in UAE for house help. I just want to correct that that is not what he has done. Kenyans have always gone abroad, and Kenyans don't need Ruto to go abroad. And I think that is a misnomer to believe that Ruto created opportunities for them to go work abroad. Some of us studied abroad. Ruto never helped us. In fact, it's completely a joke that he says he gave Kenyans brought a job, Kenyans jobs abroad. Then the other thing I wanted to correct there was when he says that Gachago had stolen only 200 million. It was 7.5 billion shillings on record that was returned to him after that. So the figures are even higher than that. So I'm sure that we need to make these things clear because the magnitude of our problems are higher than that. The third thing I want to bring across is that the government, Ruto also has to go because of misplaced priorities. Look, Kenya shillings, 14.2 billion shillings will be used for printing new currency just to put the signature of some kind of people in treasury, the next year's treasury. We are going to spend 14.2 billion shillings. Yet Mbadi says he has no money to employ the JCC teachers, which should cost 13.4 billion shillings. So the misplaced priorities in this government is amazing, is one of the reasons why we are suffering. And our main problem is economic. So my question is, we should take one issue out of the very many issues and take one that all Kenyans will agree easily and buy in easily and create anger around it. And for me, that problem now is corruption. Even if, when you say corruption, everybody in Kenya is annoyed, including those in government, including those in church and the rest. Can we pick an issue that is very emotive, very emotional, and dig in it properly and whip the emotions until the rage is on the roof? And that will make Kenyans know. Like the finance bill was one rage that was very clear. Just said finance bill. So I guess that should be something like that that will take us forward. But what I'm trying to say is that people who are saying we should give Ruto time should tell us what they are benefiting so that Ruto can stay in office. And I should say we should decide that either you are an oppressor or you are the oppressed. All of us here are oppressed. Any other person saying anything positive about Ruto must be an oppressor, because you cannot tell me you are on the fence. I think for me, that's what I wanted to clarify and just encourage comrades that our war is not lost and we need to move to the how, because that question is being asked a lot at the moment. We have to start whipping people, that we need to educate people. I don't like too much political education, but these are terminologies. We just decided to call it People's Assembly to respect the views of people who are equal. We know there's political education taking place, but we'll call it more political education. Call it more People's Assembly to allow all the voices coming on forward and allow people coming in the platform equally. But I believe we should start talking about the issue of taking the vote, because that's what we are being criticized. We created this guy without, because we didn't vote, and also we have no voters card, we have no IDs. We should start talking about even some songs saying our weapon still remain, ultimate weapon remains our voters card, our ID cards, because
Prof.